Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this lecture, I will discuss about heat and work interactions between system and surroundings, and then I will go through what is specific heat, latent heat, and how work and heat are path functions, not point functions. Those things we'll discuss on this lecture. And before going into the lecture, I must say one thing to all of you. Please do subscribe to this channel and of course like it and share it. So heat and work interactions we will study. Heat and work interactions. You know, a closed system and its surroundings can interact with each other in the form of energy interactions. You know, thermodynamics is only the science of energy interactions between the system and surroundings. A closed system can interact with the surroundings only by heat transfer or work transfer. These two are the forms of energy that is transferred between the system of surroundings. Heat and work and nothing else. You know, heat is a form of energy. What is heat actually? Heat is a form of energy transfer that takes place between system and surrounding or between two systems if there is temperature difference between them. So if suppose this is system and this is surroundings, so heat transfer can take place between system and surroundings in two cases. If the system either the temperature of the system is higher than the temperature of the surrounding, or the temperature of surrounding is higher than the temperature of system. So for heat flow to take place, for heat transfer to take place between system and surrounding, there must be a temperature difference. So temperature difference or difference of temperature is the driving potential for heat transfer to take place. If there is no temperature difference, that means if the system is in thermal equilibrium with the surroundings, though there is no possibility of any kind of heat transfer to take place. So, for example, suppose cold soda, if brought from refrigerator to outside air, after some time it will get heated up, because it will the heat will start flowing. Once it is brought outside the refrigerator, heat will start flowing from the surrounding air to the cold soda, because the temperature of the soda will be less than the temperature of the surroundings, and the heat transfer will take place unless and until condition of thermal equilibrium is satisfied, until the temperature of two bodies, that is cold soda and the surrounding air, attain a state of thermal equilibrium. Temperature becomes same. That means heat lost by air will be equal to heat gained by the cold soda. Similarly, if suppose a hot baked potato If it is kept outside of the container, then slowly but slowly its temperature goes down and it comes to thermal equilibrium with the surroundings. So when it is removed from the some container, its temperature is quite high, and it will take some time to reach the temperature of surrounding air. So that's a medium air, surrounding medium. So that's why temperature, if there is temperature difference between system and surroundings, then heat transfer can take place. If there is the heat transfer is not possible between system and surroundings, only in two cases. That is, the two conditions are there during which no heat transfer is possible between system and surroundings. First one is if the boundary of system is adiabatic. If the boundary is adiabatic, system and surrounding, the boundary which separates system from surrounding, if it is adiabatic boundary is a boundary which does not allow heat flow to take place. So boundary of system is adiabatic. Adiabatic comes from Greek word adiabatos, Greek word, which means not to be passed. So adiabatic means there cannot be any heat transfer between system and surrounding if this is an adiabatic wall. And if the wall is diathermic means there can be heat transfer between system and surroundings. And second condition is that if the temperature of both system and surrounding is same, then also there is no possibility of heat transfer to take place between the system and surroundings. So there is a difference between heat, thermal energy and heat transfer, and people sometimes layman calls heat of the body. There is no meaning of heat of a body. You can't say heat is not a property of the system like volume, temperature, pressure. Heat is not at all a property of the system. It is only a boundary phenomenon, just like work. Heat and work are two path functions in thermodynamics. Of course, entropy generation is there, which we will cover later on, but most predominantly these two are the path functions. Heat and work are path functions. They occur only at the boundary of the system and surroundings. So they are also called boundary phenomena. Heat and work are boundary phenomena. They occur only at the boundary of the system, boundary phenomena. So heat, as long as it is inside the system or within the system, it is called thermal energy. And once it crosses the boundary, we say this is heat flow. Suppose this is a hot baked potato. Its temperature will obviously be higher than the surrounding temperature or surrounding air. There is no doubt about it. Surrounding. So suppose this is the boundary. As long as here, suppose 5 kilojoule of heat is there inside the hot baked potato. So this you can say 5 kilojoule of thermal energy. Here it is thermal energy, and once it passes through boundary, it is called heat flow or heat transfer. 5 kilojoule heat transfer or heat flow. And the moment it enters the surroundings, it again becomes the part of the internal energy of the surrounding. Here it becomes 5 kilojoule of thermal energy. Inside the system, it is in the thermal energy, it will be known as thermal energy, and once it crosses the boundary, it is called the heat flow. and after it has reached the surrounding, it becomes a part of the internal energy or thermal energy. Thermal energy is also a part of internal energy of a system. Internal energy is nothing but energy stored in the system, and it is a property of the system. So it may be energy may be stored in the form of microscopic internal energy, which is contained in the molecular structure of the system, and energy can be in the form of sensible, latent, as well as chemical and nuclear energies. So those are different things. So that means heat flow can take place there. You cannot say the heat of the body is 5 kilojoule. You can't say heat of body. It is wrong to say that heat of body is 5 kilojoule. This is wrong, because heat at any state, when the system is at any state, you can't say the heat of the system is this much, because heat is not a thermodynamic property. It is a path function, and it depends upon the path, and it is a boundary phenomenon also. So if you can say thermal energy of the body, that it would be proper to say that thermal energy of the body is 5 kilojoule. You can say like this, but you can't say heat of the body. This is called heat transfer between the system and surroundings. And there are certain important facts about heat. Important facts about heat. Thermodynamics is the science of energy interaction between the system and surrounding, and it will in thermodynamics we will study also how these interactions affect the properties of system. So important facts about heat is like this. Heat, we know that if there is temperature difference, then only can heat flow take place between the system and surroundings. But these are the important points, like that heat does not necessarily increase the temperature of a system. Suppose there is a ice water mixture, and if you supply heat to this system, it is not necessary that the temperature of the mixture will rise suddenly. It will rise only after all the ice is melted into water. So heat does not always result in increase. Heat addition does not always result in increase in temperature of a system. Then second thing is that heat is not the only energy transfer. Heat is not the only energy transfer which increases the temperature of a system. So in case of a system, suppose undergoing a adiabatic process, that means cannot be any heat transfer. In that case also, during certain time, what happens, temperature may also increase just because of any kind of work transfer into the system can result in the increase in temperature also. Without any heat flow also, temperature of a system can be increased because of some kind of work transfer from surroundings into the system. So there are certain terminologies related to heat transfer, that is specific heat, which are very important. We must know. Specific heat and latent heat. So that is, specific heat is so we know that this equation Q is equal to mc delta T. So if mass of the system or substance is suppose mass, C is specific heat of the substance, and delta T is the increase in temperature. From this we can find out the specific heat is Q by M multiplied by delta T or delta T. So from this equation what we can conclude is that C is equal to Q. C is equal to Q when M equal to 1 and delta T equal to 1. What does it mean? You see, specific heat, C, as we have already mentioned, Q is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a mass, temperature of a substance of mass M through a temperature rise of delta T degree Celsius or Kelvin, whatever may be the temperature difference. So from this C is equal to Q only when M is equal to 1 and delta T is equal to 1. That means when we are to increase the heat of a unit mass of substance through unit rise in temperature. Unit rise means either to raise the temperature of the substance by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin, whatever heat is needed is called specific heat. सो यूनिट मास ऑफ सब्सटेंस को 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस और 1 डिग्री केल्विन के लिए हीट करने, टेम्परेचर बढ़ाने के लिए जितना हीट चाहिए उसको हम बोलेंगे स्पेसिफिक हीट. सो इट कैन बी रिटन लाइक दिस. specific heat of a substance is the amount of heat required to raise unit mass of substance through unit rise in temperature. So C is equal to Q when M equal to 1 and delta T is equal to 1. So यूनिट मास ऑफ सब्सटेंस को 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस या 1 केल्विन के लिए बढ़ाने के लिए, टेम्परेचर बढ़ाने के लिए जितना हीट चाहिए उसको हम बोलेंगे स्पेसिफिक हीट. सो इट्स यूनिट विल बी C is equal to Q divided by M delta T. Its unit will be kilojoule. Kilojoule stands the unit of heat. You know, heat is a form of energy whose unit is also joule or kilojoule, SI unit. Just like work, heat is also a form of energy, and both are having same units, that is kilojoule. Earlier calorie was used, but SI unit of heat is nowadays it is used. SI unit of heat is kilojoule or joule. So kilojoule per kg, and it can be like this: kilojoule per kg Kelvin or kilojoule per kg degree Celsius. Both units can be used. Specific heat. So then comes the latent heat. So suppose solid state of water is ice, and if we supply heat to ice at its melting point, it is converted into liquid water. And if we supply latent heat of vaporization to water, it gets converted into water vapor. So latent heat is the amount of heat required. Latent heat is the amount of heat required to cause a phase change. Phase change means solid to liquid or liquid to vapor in unit mass of substance. At constant pressure and temperature and constant temperature. So there are three latent heat. One is latent heat of fusion. latent heat of fusion होता है 1 kg सब्सटेंस को अगर हम सॉलिड स्टेट से लिक्विड स्टेट को कन्वर्ट करेंगे, सॉलिड फेज से लिक्विड फेज को लाएंगे बाय मेल्टिंग इट, then whatever heat is required is called latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion can be defined as either it is the amount of heat required either to melt a unit mass of solid into liquid or to freeze a unit mass of liquid to solid. So solid से liquid लाने के लिए हमको heat देना पड़ेगा और लिक्विड से सॉलिड को कन्वर्ट करने के लिए, लिक्विड फेज से सॉलिड फेज को लाने के लिए हमको हीट लेना पड़ेगा, रिमूव करना पड़ेगा. बोथ फॉर बोथ प्रोसेस दिस इज latent heat of fusion. Similarly, latent heat of vaporization is also there, which is the amount of heat required to melt 1 kg of liquid to 1 kg of vapor और 1 kg of vapor to 1 kg of liquid. जब हम लिक्विड से वेपर को कन्वर्ट करेंगे तो हमको हीट देना पड़ेगा और जब वेपर से लिक्विड फेज तक लाएंगे तो हीट लेना पड़ेगा, रिमूव करना पड़ेगा. बोथ आर नोन एज latent heat of vaporization. Another latent is latent heat of sublimation. It is the amount of heat required to convert unit mass of solid into unit mass of vapor. सॉलिड टू वेपर के लिए या वेपर टू सॉलिड के लिए जो लैटेंट हीट चाहिए उसको बोलेंगे हम लैटेंट हीट ऑफ सब्लिमेशन. सो वर्क जो होता है, वर्क ट्रांसफर बिटवीन सिस्टम एंड सराउंडिंग्स. सो इफ एनी एनर्जी इंटरैक्शन between system and surrounding, if any energy interaction is between system and surrounding is not heat. Anyway, if we are able to know whether if it is not heat, then we can say that with certainty that this is work transfer. Only energy interaction can be either heat transfer or work transfer. So what is work transfer? And there is certain conventions used, and before going into conventions I must discuss what is work transfer and then we will go to the conventions. सिस्टम के लिए जो कन्वेंशन है, जब हम हीट देते हैं सिस्टम को, when heat is added to the system it is taken as positive, but we can take the reverse way also, but usually this is the conventional symbols, conventional signs. Actually, when heat is added to the system it is taken as positive, when heat is removed from the system it is taken negative, and when the system does work upon the surrounding or work is done by the system it is positive. Arrow sign is away from the system and this represents the work done by the system. And when work is done on the system and arrow sign is towards the system, this is system, then this is negative. Reverse, when heat is added to the system it is positive, and when work is transferred to the system it is negative, and when heat is removed from the system it is negative, and when work is transferred out of the system it is positive. Work is done by the system and this is known as work is done on this system. Actually, work is said to be done by the system if sole things, if the sole effect, if its sole effect is to raise a weight, Actually, it may not be raising a weight, but if its effect is to raise a weight, then only we can say that the system is doing some work upon surroundings. Suppose this is a battery suppose this is a battery and motor system. Battery and motor constitute a system, and this is a fan. Battery motor system is driving a fan. So this battery and motor are included within the system. This is the boundary of the system, and these are driving the fan. That means here also this system of battery and motor is doing a work upon the surrounding. How? It is not raising any weight, so you can ask why it is you are saying that work is done by the system here, because it may not be raising a weight actually, but it has the potential to raise a weight. If the fan is replaced by the same system, if the fan is replaced by suppose pulley which can raise a weight. Suppose fan is replaced by this pulley which can raise a weight, and this pulley can be driven by the motor. That means here if the battery motor is a system, then it is doing work upon the surrounding, because it has the ability to raise a weight. It can raise a weight through pulley, because this motor can raise a weight through pulley. So that's why it may not be raising any weight, but in this case, if battery motor is a system, then you can say that work is done by the system. When this motor is driving a fan, you can say that this work is done by the system upon the surrounding, and conventionally we can say work is positive. We can take the sign to be positive. So exact and inexact differential. Exact and inexact differentials. Exact and inexact differential. Suppose this is a case, this is a PV diagram. A system has traveled from state 1 to state 2. Through this is suppose process A and this is process B. So these are two different processes. And suppose here the volume is 1 meter cube, and at this state volume is 3 meter cube. So you see, this is pressure, this is volume, and system when travels from state 1 to state 2 through process A, the change in volume is 3 meter cube minus 1 meter cube. And when it has traveled through process B or path B also, the change in volume remains same. So that's why you can say that integral of dv is change in volume, is V2 minus V1, which you can say delta V. Same also holds good for pressure or entropy, whatever may be the property. This exact integral, dV means exact integral. Integral of dV is delta V we can write. But we can't write so for heat or work, because they are path functions and they are inexact differentials. So that's why we use the term del W, because this is a path function, is not equal to W2 minus W1. We can't say there is a certain value of W2 at state 2 and W1 work. Work is not a property of system. So we can define it for any state of a system. So there is no value. You can say that work of the system at state 2. It is wrong. And work of the system at state 1. There is nothing like that. So del W का इंटेग्रल होगा, W2 माइनस W1 नहीं होगा, एंड इसको हम ऐसे लिखते हैं W12. डेल W का इंटेग्रल हम डेल्टा W लिख नहीं सकते. सो एग्जैक्ट डिफरेंशियल के लिए dV और इनएग्जैक्ट डिफरेंशियल के लिए डेल टर्म यूज करते हैं. एंड दिस ऑल्सो होल्ड्स गुड फॉर Q also, because heat and work are path functions and inexact differentials. Point function, all the properties are point functions, and this work done always depends upon the path. ये प्रोसेस ए के लिए जितना वर्क डन होगा प्रोसेस बी में उतना वर्क डन नहीं होगा और डिफरेंट, देयर विल बी डिफरेंट. इफ यू कैलकुलेट द वर्क डन by the system during a process, it depends not only upon the end states but also upon the path. That's why it is called path function. We will discuss that later on. How does this happen? How work transfer depends upon path. Here also you see, if the system travels through path B, whatever work is done, it will be different from the work done that is there if the system travels from state 1 to state 2 through path A. So that's why it depends upon the process as well as the end states. But in the case of property, change in property, when a system undergoes a change of state, it will depend only upon the values at the end states only. It will not depend upon whether the system has traveled through path A or path B. The change in the numerical value of the property remains same, that is V2 minus V1. It only depends upon the end states.